So hello students, this video is exclusively for CDS 2020 aspirants. Maybe you have some college exams going on, maybe you have some of you who have passed college and still preparing for CDS, right? Maybe it was first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, right? You are looking for some qualitative questions, qualitative question booklet, test series where you can check your performance, where you can evaluate your preparation. So I personally believe, and in fact you can trust me, that DCA is of course the best platform where you can evaluate yourself honestly. If your score is here 30%, that means you are definitely going to score 35 or 40% in actual CDS exam, right? So this here in this session we will be talking about the test series and the schedule, right? So that we have started, we have launched as usual. That means we have been doing this for the last 4 times. In the CDS 2017 we started with the test series and the revision quality improvement program, and we are continuing with this with immense results, or you can say that with the trust of the students actually. So first thing, there are a lot of things in the market, lot of test series in the market, some revision online program in the market. You might have seen some crack, some upgrade, etc., etc., etc. So I need to explain why you need to join this DCA test series. There are some test series which are available in 500 level where you can take your phone, appear online. The first thing, the majority of those test papers, 500, 600 subscription, they consist of previous year. You can get photocopy of that question paper in any of the book, which will hardly cost 50 to 100. Now it's your choice whether you want to evaluate yourself only on previous year paper, because I have seen that papers, right? Those papers available on different platform. In fact, you can also cross-check what I am saying. They are basically previous year CDS or maybe NDA, maybe SSC question as well. Whether you can easily score 90% or 80%. But if you remember and if you have felt experienced in actual CDS exam, it's very difficult to score 60% even, right? It's very difficult. Even if you are scoring 145 out of 300, you are in Air Force Academy. Amongst the good scorer for that exam actually, right? So quality speaks, quality is the thing which you need, and there is hardly 10% of the question which will be repeated. In fact, I am saying 10%, which is too much, right? Even in GS you will find 3, 4, 5, 6 questions hardly which are repeated, not exactly from the 1 or 2 previous year paper, right? So if you are good in previous year, if you are good in cramming for the previous year paper, that is not going to help you too much, right? So that's why I say that there should be some innovation, some quality, some new, something where you need to add value, right? So this is what we believe, adding value to the preparation. If you are going through some topic, let's suppose you have done plants and animal kingdom, right, as a topic, because it's in the syllabus, right? One question is from that, and actually it's a tough one, and they will ask simple question, let's suppose vertebrae belongs to which kingdom. So this type of question are not asked in actual serious exam. There will be some scientific name or some quality based points from the NCRT. Not only NCRT, they took some question from the ICSE book as well as NIOS book. So anyhow you can cover only one book because the time constraint is always a factor. So let's take it NCRT as a reference because 80% of the people do that, right? So what we have done is, let's suppose we have the schedule, but I already said that you can download the complete schedule in the given below video के नीचे आपके पास link होगा, right, where we have uploaded the PDF file of the schedule. You can check it out, right? We are starting from 11th of December. So every alternate day we have test 11, 13, 15, 17, right? So overall there is, first let me explain you how much test will be there. There are 29 tests including 19 GS, 5 English, 5 math, and apart from this 29 test, which is actually sectional test, including chapter this 1 to 5 of this polity, right? Let's suppose 5 to 10 of Lakshmikan. Let's suppose history themes in history chapter 8, 9, 10 is type C, plus 2 full syllabus tests which will be open for all actually, right? And this test will be mailed to you in the form of PDF. You will have the PDF in your Google Drive, and you can appear for this test, take your test at home and submit paper within 8 or 9 hours as comfortable, because many of you might be in the college, you might have different time of availability, right? तो आप उस हिसाब से अपना snapshot लेकर के you can take the photograph or maybe cam scan if you want your copy to be evaluated, right? You can submit it, we will evaluate and then respond to you, right? So coming to the tests, right? Let's suppose to 11th December we have science test. So NCRT class 9th, right? Class 9 chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, I think 10 is also there. Right? You can check the schedule in actual PDF. This is the chapter and the book is NCERT. So we have mentioned the book, we have mentioned the chapter, we have mentioned the date, and there will be around 35 questions every day, 30 to 40, that is average is 35. Now the question will not be straightforward. We'll be putting up the jumbled question, like where you can cross check more than one fundamental, more than one concept from single question. That means if there are 30 question or 35 question, I can bet that there are around 60 to 70 conceptual ones which you cannot find in any of the textbook directly written, right? And I promise you there will be not a single previous year CDS question in the actual our test series, because I personally believe that the previous year question will be taken care of by you only. You can take this from any of the books, so there is no need to subscribe for the test if you are interested in only checking out whether you are good with the previous year question or not, right? Next we have history. So history, we have 3 books: Themes in Indian History 1, Themes in History 2, Themes in History 3, class 11th and 12th, right? So we'll be covering one by one with the it's like questions and the explanation. After question we'll be discussing those questions that will be available on our YouTube channel, and the answer key will be mailed to you as well, right? So you can check a record of that, okay? And before exam, so all this test will be finished by 26th of Jan. You have around 1 week. So before exam you can have a quick revision of that. And I know that it's difficult to follow any schedule, but schedule का फायदा ये है कि you will have a cross check. Okay, date 3 I have to cover this, because काफी सारे बच्चों के ये क्वेरीज आते हैं कि सर एक शेड्यूल नहीं बन पा रहा है, क्या पढ़ें, कैसे पढ़ें. Everybody knows that book NCERT. Everybody knows कि this is important, right? Let's suppose you know that mensuration is important for math, right? But let me tell you that you will be able to evaluate yourself in better way if third party is doing some independent evaluation. Let me create questions for you and check it out whether you are able to score 50 or 60% in that maths paper or not, right? You are good in vocab. Let's suppose, let me design a paper for you where you can check out whether you stand 80% or 70% in English. Because nowadays, as the CDS cutoff is going on and on, right, you have to make sure that you are getting 70 out of 100 in English section at least, right? So we have to ready for the worst. Right, we have to ready for the worst. That means you have to trust the best one. You have to trust the best quality of paper. You have to perform yourself in the situation which is unexpected one. You have to score in the paper which can be tougher than the actual CDS paper. You have to go through the rules. You have to break down the rules where you have to ready yourself for each and every kind of situation. So that's why I actually recommend you to do go through this test series. And in fact, those who are watching these videos who had been our ex-students, इनमें से काफी बच्चे जो अभी एकेडमी में ट्रेनिंग भी ले रहे होंगे, शायद अगर वो देखें, then you can also suggest your juniors as well, जिन्होंने पिछली बार लिया है. Of course we have some, we put some scholarship or you can say discount for the ex-students as well, right? But the worth is some let's suppose you have the question, other coachings are around 500 or 1000 or 1500. Why your test series is slightly bit costly, you can say. But you should remember there is an effort behind that. We have around 70 or 80 students in the test series, and we put effort in that. Effort in the sense, you will not get the question from previous year, you will not get the question from the NCERT copied directly from the text exercise, you will not get the question from some finder winder जो पढ़ते हो आप उससे. SSC का question आपको नहीं मिलेगा. Every question will give you some learning. The only thing what we want from your side is go through each and every question and options. And if your question is wrong, if you have attempted wrong, try to learn from the option. If you have done this 20 tests and you have learned each and every question, nobody can stop you getting 35 in GS at least. I am saying minimum. I could have claimed 50, but say this is going tough these days. So 35 आ गया, that means you are not in a bad zone, right? English is something whether you have to put your effort. हम तो आपको evaluate कर सकते हैं. English में बहुत कुछ सिखाना मुश्किल है 4-5 टेस्ट में. The priority is GS, and English and maths is certainly definitely high quality question. But you can check your score as well as speed, right? Amongst the best ones, right? Last but not the least, revision booklets will be available after 2nd December. So revision booklets will be for geography, of course. Geography will be preparing for polity, right, as well as history, right? तो ये 3 है apart from the general science. एक और question उन बच्चों के लिए, those who are asking for current affair booklets. So you know that we have to compile the current affairs till 31st of December. That means booklet current affairs will be sent to you as a hard copy on your address till 10th of January. So we will be compiling till 5 Jan. 10th तक आपको courier से मिल जाएगा या speed post से मिल जाएगा. तो you have to of course send your address वो आपको भेजना पड़ेगा. So this is what the structure is. Again I repeat, for complete plan PDF is available. You can WhatsApp at our number 7710548960, or even it is available, you will click down the explanation of this video, right? The link is there, you can download it. We have uploaded that file in the Google Drive. आप उसको download कर ले, and you can go through the schedule and mark it on your study table or in the wall, on the wall, ताकि आप देख सके this is the target. And even if you are doing 80% of that, it is good enough to clear the CDS exam. Thank you. Do share this video, or you can say that the plan to your juniors, to your colleagues, so that you can also have group study. आप evaluate कर पाएंगे एक दूसरे को साथ में. All the best.